Hey, so today I want to do a bit of a kind of different video where I want to adjust my Helldivers 2 controller settings. I'm kind of thinking about the best way of going about this. So what I want to do in this, because it's updated right now, so I got time to do this. Here's my thinking, okay? The controls are all the same. All I gotta do in Helldivers is change the left bumper to the right bumper in the settings in the game. I could do it on the Steam Deck, but to make things simpler, I'll just do it on the game. So the stratagems are gonna be the right bumper to call in, and then the left bumper is gonna be the radial menu that has like the voice commands, you know, like the thank you and sorry and all that stuff. So those are gonna swap around. So that way I can hold down this right bumper and to activate the stratagem menu, so my left thumbstick can still be running around. Secondly, I have to make sure that the right bumper, when it's being pressed, the face buttons here act as the D-pad inputs, if that makes sense. Only when the button's being pressed. So what I want to do is, on default action set, what I've done is go down to action sets here, and then underneath the default, go to cog, hit add layer. You can name whatever you want. I called it call-ins, but you can call whatever you want. Essentially there's a layer underneath. Don't worry about the red, green, and blue for now. I'll talk about that in a second. So now if I hit the bumper here, I have an action set default, and then below it says call-ins. I'm gonna go left. So this is the normal configuration, and this is what happens when I press a certain button. So what I want to do is basically go up the buttons, go to my bumpers, and these two are fine. The right bumper, I want to add a secondary thing to it, add extra command. So when I'm pressing the right bumper, it's acting as a stratagem, but I also want it to hold action set layer and then set to call-ins. So what this is doing now, when I press this bumper down, it will hold the stratagems thing open, and then it'll change over to this action set. So this action set here, everything is currently being inherited from the first layer, so that's why it's all grayed out. You can change it if you want. So what I want to do is change the face buttons to actually act as D-pad inputs. So the A button I'll set to the down on the D-pad, the B button I'll set to right, the X button left, and the Y button up. So again, when I'm holding this button down, let's preview this. So everything looks the same. When I hold the button down, these face buttons change to the D-pad inputs. Now, that will let me manually type in whatever I want on this hand and leave this hand free, as long as I set in the game when it launches that the stratagem input button is right bumper and left bumper is the other one. You can change it here, and you can make it basically on the default, change this left L1 to be right bumper and then the R1 to left bumper, but then that creates a bit more confusion for me. So I'm just gonna do that in game, and this is all gonna be essentially the same, so everything matches 1-to-1. So now what I want to do is, I have the back buttons here, L4, L5, R4, R5. So L5 actually want to have to be L4. This one I want to set for as the in-game push-to-talk. which is like set to caps lock. That'll set to. So then when I hold that button down, it's me talking in game. And then L5, for now, I just want to remove this, just for now, so I don't get too confused. So I had an idea, basically, these virtual menus down here, that these are named yellow, green, red, blue based on the Strategems colors. So the yellow ones are like your resupply, your reinforce, your SOS beacon. Your greens are like your sentries. The red is your orbital barrages and your eagle strikes. Blue is your support weapons and stratagems like that. So what I wanted to do is have the menu here on the trackpads be quick columns, essentially. Now this is going to be a very manual process, but if I do it to one, I can copy and paste and then just change the input stratagem later. So I kind of messed around with this a little bit already with yellow, but I had it set up on this trackpad here. So I had to take my thumb off every time, and then it's fine, but what I want to do is essentially, if I'm going to call something in, I want it to be on this trackpad. I can still use this one as well for calling things in. Maybe I'll use it for like the blue ones, or probably just the blue ones, because the blue ones, I feel like you don't have to be running and gunning the whole time for those, where if you're always moving around, you want to have access to your orbitals and your reinforcement resupply ones on this hand. So I can do it all manually by typing it in here. I just want to have a quick access menu here. So I kind of did a trial one right now, and that's kind of how it looks like down here. Basically, how it's set up is I go down to general, and you choose your button count. You can have it set to like 4 buttons. 13 is pretty cool because it has like they're all around in a ring, and then the middle one is like could be reinforced, whatever one you use the most, or it could be blank. I'm gonna try 16 just to keep it uniformed. And so I have it set up right now is that this one essentially is doing 4 yellow, 4 green, 4 red, and 4 blue, just to test out how it was working, and then I'm going to change those around. So basically you go up to here, you hit your coordinate touch menu. You could do a radial menu as well, and that would work just fine, but I kind of want it in my mind as a grid. So the first command you have to do is just the input, right? So I added D-pad up. So this is the reinforce command. I have on my computer here pulled up a stratagem list, if you can see that, just online, to kind of help me put these commands in instead of having to do it in game every time. Sorry, let me just get you situated there. So, for example, reinforce is D-pad up, down, right, left, up, and that's the command. Now I have them set, so what you have to do is go up to here each time. For touch menu button number 1, so that's going to be this corner here. You're going to add extra command and then you put your D-pad up. Add extra command, D-pad down, and all the way down to do your commands. Then you're going to want to go to cog and do it'll by default be on regular press. I have it on start press. I find it's a little bit more responsive. And then I've been playing around with this as well, but I find if you go in here and you go to settings, you have to delay the fire start delay and they have to increase them incrementally. The reason we have to do this is because when you basically activate this button, number 1, if you don't do that, it'll fire all these commands at the same time. D-pad up, D-pad down, right, left, up, all at the same time. And you don't want that. You want that to be a delay in each one that gets pressed. So that has 25 second millisecond delay. This one's going to have an increase. I found increasing it by 75 milliseconds is as tight as you can make it. If you can make it 100 milliseconds, do that. So do, you know, you can start off your first one at 50, then your second one can be at 150, your third one can be at 250, your fourth one can be at 350. That's gonna be your most consistent way, I find, but I'm trying to do the 75. So 25, 100, this one's gonna have 175, this one's gonna have 250, this one's gonna have 375. So they're all increasing by 75 milliseconds each time, so that gives you enough time for it to be put in. And then the caveat to this is that if you go all the way down to the bottom, there'll be something called additional commands. What this does is basically says, when you are touching the trackpad, what do you want it to do? I want it to be holding, well, in this case, I want to change it to actually be the no, I don't want to change it to right bumper. Oh yeah, I do. Right bumper. That's right. Right bumper is my thing. So basically, when I press this button, I don't have to be holding this button down. I can just press it anytime I want. And when I'm touching this trackpad, it will think I'm pressing this at the same time. It takes one less thing for me to do. So basically what you want to do here is go to settings, and then I have the fire end delay set to the maximum number of your call-in stratagems. So for reinforced, there was 5 commands. I was going up to 350. So I did to 500 milliseconds. Basically meaning as you're touching this down, it will keep holding down this button down for 500 milliseconds, enough time to actually fire the command in, and then let go, and you're good to go. The other thing with this, I don't remember where it, regular press is, I think, fine. Oh, here we go. Under general, the touch menu activation style. This is a bit of preference as well. So initially I had it set to this, so the release. So you can actually move your thumb around and it's acting as the right bumper being pressed. And it won't actually punch that command in until you click down on the trackpad. That will actually send the command to be thrown, right? The stratagem. I have it set to touch release, which is a preference for me, so I'm actually not clicking it. I'm just hovering over to reinforce or hovering over to resupply or wherever it is, and then let go. And in theory, when I let go is when it sends it, as opposed to clicking it in, which I find is a bit sometimes I misclick where I'm clicking, I find. But you can play with that setting if you want. Hair in my lens there on the screen. So I did touch release. The on-screen display is going to basically tell it where you want the menu to appear. So right now it's going to appear, I think, in this quadrant right here, and then you can adjust the size. I made it a bit bigger than normal so I can see the button, see them I'm actually calling in. And you can change where it is on the screen and then the size of it, right? Dead zones I haven't set. I might have to change this a bit so it actually registers in the middle, but I haven't played that too much yet. Probably have to change that though. So yeah, basically you put your commands in as button 1, you put your commands in as button 2, And then, so I'll show you the process of how I do it fully for one of these. So I want to add in the SOS beacon. So this will be command, the first command on that is up, and then I'll go to here and set add extra command, and this command is going to be down, and extra command again, it's going to be right. One more command is going to be up. So up, down, right, up is the command. Now click on this and go to rename. I'm going to name this SOS beacon. Okay. Oh. So as I'm kind of over the whatever button it is, it'll say the name of it up here. So if I go to reinforce, you see it'll show up there, reinforce, and then resupply, and then SOS. Now the cool thing here, actually I'll do the commands first, I'll tell you what the icons in a second. So I'll go to start press, and this one will be set to 25 seconds. This one will be a start press and a delay of 100 milliseconds. This one will be a start press and a delay of 175. This one will be a start press and a delay of 250. And that's it. So basically when I touch menu button 3, it will activate the up, down, right, up in that order when I release. So now I'm going to change the icon. So instead of it showing there as the up thing, there's by default there's a bunch of built-in ones from Steam Deck that give you kind of, okay, maybe I want it to be a gun, or grenade, or you know, so maybe there's a different ammo type. So like resupply, I could have it kind of show as this, right? That button. Inventory, so this is for like RPG games, like this is your compass button, this is your inventory button. So these ones are pretty cool by default. Magic, sure. Actions. Movement. So you can, I don't know, have it set to like sprint. That's your sprint button or whatever. Menu. Vehicle. Utility. A bunch of the ones that are in here by default. Media. Targets. Social. You can say, hey, thumbs up or whatever, thumbs down. These are for every game. There's some letters here. And then here under the user tab is you can make custom ones. And so this is hit and miss for me. I've read online there's 2 areas you can put your pictures in. Now, I've read that there's supposed to be 256 by 256 pixels in the .png format. However, they do not show up for me in this menu. And I go back to here, these are all grayed out. This is, I don't know why, but this is a bug. So those are all grayed out. So if you only have a few buttons you want to, a few icons you want to have, you can add them to the user category, and that is in the, so you have to go to the desktop mode of the Steam Deck, and then you have to browse the local file. So you're going to have to go to your file directory, you're going to go to Steam, and you're going to look for a folder called 10-foot, and then go through that menu. There's like resources, I think there's only one folder in there. Resources, I think it's called like controller button icon or something like that. and in there there's all of these exist. All of these are in that one folder. So then you can throw in all of your custom ones. For me to get this to work, I had to actually put these into a .svg, so a scalable vector graphics format. I don't know why that one worked and PNG didn't. When I run online, they say PNG does work and SVG doesn't work. The default ones are actually in .png format, and those work fine. There's some ones here that have been installed from EmuDeck when I installed EmuDeck, like the Xemu icon and stuff like that. Those are also in PNG format, so I don't know why the only ones that work for me are .svg, but you can find those online pretty easily, the SVG icons, or you can use one of the custom ones here. So for my example, this one is called the SOS beacon. There's one down there, and then you can change the color. I leave it as default, but you can change the background color. You can change the foreground color. I'm just gonna leave it as the default. Done. So there you go, the icon is showing up there as the SOS beacon, and everything's there. The other area you see here is called the Helldivers 2, which is really cool if you want to have everything organized by game. So if you play multiple games with these menus, you'll see a tab here called Helldivers 2. So let's say you're playing a different game, like I don't know, any New World or any MMO or something, and any other game that you want to have these icons for, you can have them show up as different folders for that game. And so what you have to do is actually go to the file directory of that game. I can show you that right now if you'd like. So what I'll do, but again, these are grayed out, so I don't know what that is all about. So if I go to power desktop mode, I'll show that really quickly. And I'll kind of wrap up the video here because this will take me a while to enter all these in, but I kind of wanted to show you how to get those icons in here. So it takes me a second to load up. Give it a second. 1, 2, 3, hello. It usually takes me about 10 seconds or so to load it. There we go. Once my trackpad starts working, that's when I know I'm good to go. So if I go to my file browser, I have this set up actually as a split, which is actually really cool. So this is actually 2 file browsers in one, but you can just use the one. So let me show you where this is. So if I go to home, you by default will not see this folder here. So you're going to come up to here, click on this icon and select show hidden files. And then that's going to show you these grayed out files here. This .steam is where you need to go. .steam, and then Steam again. Now this is your Steam directory essentially. So if you wanted the one that I have working, which is at that user category, that's in here called 10-foot, resource, images, library. It's only one folder in each one. You just keep clicking through. Controller, body icons, a lot of folders in there, but this is where you want them to be. So here I have all of my .svg icons, along with the ones that are already installed here. So these ones, see, they're all .png. There's some of the default ones here. You know, ghost weapon.png. If I look at the properties, they are in the PNG format, and that's kind of it. They're 256 by 256, and those ones work. Now, so some of them got imported automatically. Let's say like DeckStation, EmuDeck imported this automatically for me. I didn't put this in here. Again, this is in the PNG format, and this is 512 by 512. Both work. The SVG, you can name them whatever you want. I have some down here, mine are alphabetical. Here we go. So the SOS beacon is right here. And then this is a .svg, which is a scalable vector graphic. Go to properties, SVG image as opposed to PNG. And details, it doesn't say the size, but I mean, that one worked. So if you want to put them in the game file folder itself, as opposed to just the user category, you gotta go to different spots. So we're going to home, so we're gonna go to Steam, and now we're gonna go for the game directory itself. So you're gonna go Steam Apps, Common, and then these are all the games I have installed on my Steam Deck. So whatever game you want to put them in for, let's say you want to put them in for New World, you go to New World, and you got to put them in this main directory here. So for my example, I'm in Helldivers 2, and then you got to create a folder here called Touch Menu Icons. So you go up to here and go Create New Folder, and I've tried making this lowercase. It doesn't show up. It has to be capital T, capital M, capital I for Touch Menu Icons. And once this folder's in here, and you go back to gaming mode, you will see that Helldivers 2 game group folder pop up on your, when you do your icon thing. And now here, for example, these ones are .png, and you see they are a PNG. Oh, they're actually SVG as well, I guess. I converted them from SVG to PNG. But they are actually, in fact, PNG once they've been converted. These ones do not work for some reason. I don't know why. I even have some SVG ones, the exact same ones that are in the other folder. And these ones do work in the other folder, but they don't work in this folder. I don't know what that's all about. So I have both SVG and PNG ones in here, and they don't work. Anyways, you put them in here, and that should work. I don't know why mine are not working. Maybe this has to be in a one folder deeper. Maybe it has to be in the bin. I don't know. It says it's supposed to be in the main folder there, the first folder, and they do pop up. I don't know why they're not showing up properly. Anyways, that's how you get the icons in there. You can make your own icons. There's websites online you can get them from. So go back to gaming mode. And then I'm gonna just kind of wrap up the video here a bit, because this is gonna take me a while to input all these in here. So if I go to Helldivers 2, it's still updating. I find it takes forever to update on the Steam Deck. Like, it's downloaded in no time at all, but updating, why is it taking 2.5 hours to update? When is this installed on the local SSD? I have no idea. Kind of frustrating, but okay. So yeah, go to edit layout, you go to your virtual menus. In this case, it's the yellow menu, and then yeah, so there's the icons, and then so that secondary folder we were just talking about, Helldivers 2, they're all in here, but they're actually grayed out. So I don't know what that's all about, but that's how you get this separate folder. For my use case, I use the user tab, which is the 10-foot file directory instead, and they all pop up here just fine. They're kind of mismatched in here with the other stuff, which kind of can be a pain, but you know, you don't have to do this once, right? You're only getting that kind of once, and then that's it. So I'm going to do this with the yellow one. So let me go back and kind of finish this up here. So everything's set up here. I got my commands. I can add some more here. So I want to do is on my, go back to my action set, the button right bumper. Also goes to this action set layer. This action set layer, I want to have the trackpads not be why is that inherited from there? It shouldn't be. By default, it should inherit the properties from whatever the default one was, but it's clearly not. So my right trackpad, I want to behave as the, why is that doing that? The yellow virtual menu, and that's this menu. Eventually I will have it set up for this to just be the yellow, all the yellow icons. Obviously there's more spaces and there are yellow icons in the game, but I I feel as the game, you know, comes out with more stuff, I'll fill it in and it'll be fine. The left trackpad I want to be, what is it set for in default? Yellow. So I guess in theory I could use either hand to do it with. What I was kind of experimenting with earlier was having blue, yellow, and red, green be set for, so when I hold down a button here, it would change what the trackpads do. So I was trying to use the back grips for that. So when I held down the back grip button, it changed this one to be the red. If I held down the lower back button here, this would be the blue. If I held down this button, this would be green. If I held down the bottom one, it would be the yellow ones. And that would work, but I do use the one for talking, so I can't really do that fully unless I figure out another way of getting like a fourth way of doing that, or combining some of them together. But I think for now I'm going to do it this way, just see how it plays out. Blue, well, what do I want the left trackpad to be? I don't know. I hate when it does that. It's just fucking, okay. It keeps going to the top for some reason, and it really bugs me. Scroll wheel disabled. Like, why does it do that? Oh, fucking God. Sometimes that kind of bugs me a bit. I don't know what that's all about. What just happened? I hit A. Oh, what? I'm just gonna disable this for now. Okay. So yeah, in theory, that's how I have this set up. The other thing I have set up too is the trigger. I don't know where that. Why did that go away? What? Did everything get reset? No. I swear I had this set up literally yesterday. I was playing it. Don't know where it went. Okay. Anyways, so what I had is the trigger. When I hold down the left trigger, a full pull. Oh, that's right. You don't do it in here. That's why. Okay, that's why. Under the gyro, you don't do it in the triggers. You do it under the gyro, which again, that's a little bit of a thing for me. I have it set so the gyro activates on the full pull of the left trigger, not the soft pull. So if I'm aiming a little bit down with the left trigger, it'll just act like it's a normal aim down sight. If I hold down all the way, it'll activate the gyro, which I think is a bit more intuitive for me to like, okay, I really need to aim at this target or whatever. But the sense it's kind of weird how it reacts. I don't have to kind of change it a bit. I'm still getting used to the gyro. I haven't played with it too much, but this doesn't feel right for me right now. I find like I'm always fighting the gyro of where I'm supposed to be. It's like I feel my brain being used to like figure out where to aim the freaking thing. I think because the way the thumbstick works, like if you point the stick up, the character looks up, and if you point the stick down, the character looks down. But kind of is the opposite of what I want the gyro to do. Like if I'm pushing forward, the Steam Deck does this, which goes down, But when I tilt this way, it looks down, but thumbstick goes up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of inverted. But when I change the gyro to be inverted on the y-axis, it also feels weird. So I don't know, because it does make sense if you're on a turret to like can aim your turret where you want it to look. I get that, but still getting used to it. So that's why I only have it set for a full pulse. I can still not use it if I don't want to. Anyway, so there's my, yeah, L5 is nothing for now. Maybe what I could do is do red, green, blue, and then have like yellow always on. I could probably do that. Just have yellow always on. And if I hit the buttons on the back, it'll can I do that with the buttons though? Well, let's see. Buttons. Can the back buttons be? They can do a hold action layer set. Okay. So if I made a new action set, add a layer. I want to call this one, let's call it red for now. I'll do blue as well, just to make it red. Oops, I'll add a capital B. Blue. There we go. Then go back up to buttons, down to the back buttons. So the top one I want to be red. So I'm going to do hold action set layer, red. Confirm. And then the bottom one's going to be, what do I use most of? I don't use blue that much actually. I use red and then green, I guess, would be R5. So the left one can be blue. Hold, blue, confirm. And then I'm going to do one more action set, add a layer and call it green. And then buttons down to the back ones, and then R5 is the bottom one. I'll have that set to hold action of green, confirm. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. So everything's still the same. These guys should be D-pad up, down, left, right for both. Yeah, I should change that to be D-pad up. Nope, sorry, A's down. Did I do that wrong on this one too? No, down, right, left, up. That's correct. Down, right, left, up. And then nothing. See, this is gonna be a problem though, because if I keep holding down the button while here, it'll stay on the columns, which I guess is the yellow. Okay, that's fine. As long as I hold this button down, it'll be yellow. Anything else? Okay, it might be a bit of a pain, but that's okay. Okay. So columns, yes. Red, yes. Let's change it blue. Down, right, X, up, correct. Green will do again. A is down, B is right, X is left, Y is up. Oh, did I do that wrong? I did that wrong. I did that on the default by accident. A should be A. B should be B. X should be X. And Y should be Y. I only want it to be a changed... Yeah. Button pad. Okay, I did that wrong. So green has to be affected. There we go. B... X... Y is up. So blue, red, they're all the same. I think this makes sense. Does that make sense? So everything else works here normally. And these should be inherited, but they're not. So by default, this activates under red by holding down the red button. The trackpad needs to be... Okay, so one more thing I gotta do. So when I'm on the red, the trackpad needs to be red. Left can be nothing for now. Under blue, why did that do that? I'm gonna be disabled. Oh, no, sorry, that's the left. The left needs to be disabled. The right needs to be not disabled. Goddamn. Blue. Red is red, blue is blue, green, the right one needs to be green, the left needs to be disabled. Green is green, blue is blue, red is red, yellow would be always, I guess. And yeah, let's try that. I think that's okay. And by default, this is also yellow. So what I can do now is add one of each and see how that works. This is a long video, I know, but it's going to take me hours to put all these in. So let's put in a blue stratagem here. So by default, it's touch release, 16 buttons. Let's increase the size of this a bit. Dead zone's nothing, okay. I have two of them already in here for blue, but they're set incorrectly. The left, ooh. But this is only set for the left touch. Why is it only left touch? It can be a virtual menu. Why can't this be right touch? Is that weird? Yeah, why is the left trackpad only the one that can be adjusted like that? That's a problem. I don't know. Yeah, why can't the right trackpad be the touch menu as well? It makes no sense. Is it because this doesn't have... No, this is a mouse though. I guess I can set this up where... No, I can't do that. I don't know. I have to think about this one now. Oh, I can do an always on command. I could do that. always on command. And the command could be right bumper. No. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, I can do that. As long as I let go of the button, it'll go away. Okay. Always on command. Right bumper. Always on command. Right bumper. So as long as I'm holding that button down, the bumper will be pressed the whole time. So I don't even need to do... Yeah, because I don't know why it's only left though. You can't change it to like... to be anything else other than left. No, you can't, I guess. That's really weird. That's fine. That's fine. So let me adjust. Okay, so I don't need the bumper here. So I'm going to remove that command. So the machine gun, let me just go down here, is down, left, down, upright. So that's correct. This one can be... Oh, these are subcommands. Subcommands you can't use because remove command, remove, yeah. Subcommands you cannot use. You have to use extra command, and then so that's down, left, because you have to be able to adjust the fire start delay. That's why it needs to be a subcommand, or no, not a subcommand, a regular command. Start 100 seconds, milliseconds, extra command. So down, left, down, up, right, start press, settings 175, start 250, and then 325, I guess. So this guy can be removed. So when you do that, it removes the icons and everything. Rename, this is going to be the stall, wart, and then I got the icon here of the stalwart, and then D-pad down is the first one, I believe. Yes, D-pad down. Left is correct, down is correct, up is correct, up is correct, and left is correct. So I gotta do start press, settings. This is the first one? Yes. I'll do 25, 100, and then this will be 175. Oops. Not a long press, a start press. So as soon as you hit that button, it starts the command as opposed to releasing the button. 125, 250. $325, and then the last one should be 400. There we go. So I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna have two there to start with. Red. Do I have any red? Do I have any green? No. Yellow has a few of them. Does this have anything at the bottom again? Right bumper? Yeah, I don't need that because, yeah, that's fine. I don't need that. I can remove that command. because I already have that set under. I can't remember what I have it set now. Action set. Yeah, always on command is right bumper. Sweet. So I can even do columns as yellow to make it easier, but I want to kind of try both the different ones. So yellow actually columns, but let's do green. So again, we're gonna typing is already there. We're gonna do 16. We're gonna do a touch release. We're gonna increase this by a bit. Let's show you what the. It doesn't really show you there. It's okay. Let's do 115, and then we're gonna do. Add command. So the first one I want to do is the machine gun. Where is it? Sentry. Machine gun sentry. So that's going to be down. Oops, I want to add a new command. Down, up, right, down, up, right, down, right, down, up. And then I'm going to rename this group. Call it MG Sentry. And then I'm going to change the logo to a machine gun sentry. And then I have to do this again. Start press 25 to give it just a second to breathe before it starts the command. And I'm going to do 100. This actually works out better because there's no. So as long as you keep holding the button down as you press it, it should go. As soon as you let go of that button, mid press, it should interrupt it. Yeah, that makes sense. 175, I think. Now. Did I do 25, 100, 175, 250? I didn't do 250 there. I did 250. This one should be 325. Okay. And then this one will be start. And 400. And 475. Long list, but it's okay. It's okay. That's why I do that. It's quicker to do that than it is to type it all in when you're on the fly. Again, you can still type it in normally because you still have the buttons up here. So there's that one. I'll add one more just for now. This is number 2. I'll do the Gatling sentry. So that's down. Extra command is going to be up. Extra command is going to be right and left. This one's going to be called a Gatling sentry. And it's going to be the logo of the Gatling sentry. Done. And then this has to be all changed. You know, if I get this all working properly, I'm going to have to do a few tweaks first, but I will make this public on the Steam Deck. When you look at your community layouts, it'll be there. I'll try to tweak it a bit more first before I put it up. But that'd be kind of exciting if I could make a cool one. 100, 175, 250. If you notice it isn't working, you can also increase those. You can go by 100 each time as well. But it's just gonna be longer to type it in essentially. That's the only difference. Okay, so that's green done for now. Let's do the couple red ones. I have 2 blue, I have 2 green, I have some yellow. Let's do 2 red ones. We can do the Eagle 500 kilogram bomb. So in red, we're going to add a command. It's going to be the first button of that thing is up. Oh, I should do this first and do 16 buttons and a touch release style. Be on screen. I'll do 115, and then now we're into the command. So D-pad up is the first one. Second command is going to be down. No, not down. Right. Then down. 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 Up, right, down, and down. That's right. Rename. 500 kgs of freedom. And then this will be the... I think they're under airstrike. There we go. Done. Start to press. 25. Start press. Oops. 100. Start press. 175. Start. 250. Start. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to... Can I duplicate this at all? I could duplicate this command. Don't think I can though. No, don't think I can. That sucks because I'd be able to copy and paste that. It'd be pretty freaking cool. And then button 2 is going to be, let's do the orbital. I guess I do all the airstrikes up first, but you can reorder it any way you want to. Let's do a barrage, you think? Let's do... let's do a 380. So that's going to be right. Down. Up. Up. Right, down, up, up, left. Right, down, up, left. Down, down, down. Side, yeah, down, down. Rename 380 millimeter. Barrage. I think it's. Oh, I'm not sure. But off the top of my head, I think it's this one. It's the 380. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a 380. I think the other one's a 120. So once again, we do short press 25, short press 100, start press 175, start 250, $400. This is going to be $475. Okay. Now that's it. And that's been a long video, I know, sorry guys. But this is how long it's going to take to actually do. Let's preview this. Oops. Let's preview this. So, this is my default button. D-pad's up, everything is fine, left stick is fine. If I hold on the trigger all the way, it's the gyro. Right stick is fine, buttons are all the same. This is a mouse for now, this is a mouse for now. And caps lock is talking. Hold action set layer. Blue, red, green. And then this can be the first bumper over, which changes the face buttons to be D-pad buttons while holding this down. Yep. And the touch menu is there as well. I might have some conflicting thing, but that should be pretty good, I think, so far. Blue, same thing, everything's the same. I should make the left joystick still be able to run. That should be inherited. Yeah, it's inherited. Okay. Red's inherited, blue's inherited. Everything else is inherited so far. And if I hold the button down, I might accidentally mess this up a bit, but that should be pretty good. That should be pretty good to play with. I want to try. So what I'll do, this is a long video. Maybe what I can do is speed this part up, do a time lapse of, I don't know, you guys want to watch an hour-long video of this, but it's a pretty in-depth tutorial of how to get it going. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do a video tomorrow, actual gameplay, because this isn't done yet. Or you know what I could do? If it's not done, downloading, I could stream this. Let's try it. Oh, I gotta make sure this is turned on. What? Computer. Hello. 3, 4, 5, 5. Oh, updating here too. Unless it's running without the update, which is possible. And this could be a way of getting better frames, though. I don't know how stable this is gonna be. I mean, I'm right beside my computer, which is put as good as it can be. I'm not gonna do a full game. I'm just gonna do a quick trivial mission to see how it goes. Yeah, it's already stuttering a bit. Whoa, why am I looking? What is going on? Hello? They should just be joysticks. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay. That was sure. Why is gyro enabled? It shouldn't be enabled unless I'm pressing the button down. None selected. Full pull. I thought I had that. I swear I had that on. Why is this not working now? Hold to enable gyro. I want to delete these. Just so I get in the way.
Helldiver, take command of the galaxy's liberation.
What? Hello? What is going on? Did you forget what buttons are supposed to be buttons? Yes, hold to enable. Let's just turn this fucking thing off. Okay, let's just see if we can get into a quick game.
The war rages on. Choose where you will give your aid.
Where's this bay thing? Oh, we're on the bay. Let's just do a quick level 1 mission. Just I'm not gonna play the whole mission either. I'm just gonna. You can't do a training mission, unfortunately. Are there any problems with me trying to stream this as opposed to just playing it normally?
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed.
Oh, wait, I gotta change something real quick. I gotta go to... Oh yeah, this should be on native. Not friggin... Oops. Yeah. Okay, this is actually changing the settings on my keyboard and mouse. Strategems? Bumper. And then communication is going to be left. Okay, that should be the only thing I changed. So I have the eagle. I have the machine gun. I have the sentry and sentry, I believe. Sure, whatever.
Launch initiated.
Yeah, I think there's an issue because I'm streaming the game as opposed to playing on the Steam Deck itself, which does work fine. Oh, my computer just crashed. Oh no, we're good. It's not running very well though, I will say. I'm getting a solid 60. Let's see.
Go now, and fear the shadow of neither death nor tyranny, for justice is
Okay, so I hold it just a bit. Aim's normal. All the way is now gyro and aiming. So that's the first thing I wanted to test. Let's just crouch down a bit. So if I hold this button down, that's the stratagems. Right, so I can go resupply normally. No way, there's bugs around me already. So by default, if I hold down this button, that's blue. Why is that blue? It shouldn't be blue. Oh, come on. I'm level 1, dude. Ah.
throwing grenade.
Okay, so I messed up a few things here, it looks like. So, if I hold down this button should be yellow, but it's blue. But that worked. The buttons are not working though. Default. Oh. Why did that change that though? There's no way I changed that. There's no actual way I changed that. The default is not set to blue. What the fuck? Collins. Confirm. Red. That should still say blue. Yeah, it should still say as that. Oh, fuck. No, reset from inherited. But it's inheriting blue. Confirm. Yeah, this will be that by default.
Get some! Get some!
Get a shot at over here. default. This button should be right bumper and hold action set colon layers. This should also be right bumper. Nothing there should change. What should change is that one shouldn't be green either. That should be red. That's up for the bottom one, up for the top one. No, that's definitely red. What the fuck? Red. Confirm. R5 should be green. L5 should be blue. That's it. So I go through these. Red, blue, green. That's correct. Let's see if that actually affected. This is still here. Yeah. Now if I hold down this, let's do the bumper. So this should be red. 500. There we go. And then if I hold down this button, this should be green. That didn't work properly. Okay, machine gun's not working, but the sentry is. These are really small too. And this should be blue. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna change the size of all these menus. Let's do the max. See how big we can get these things. I might have the actual thing in wrong, actually.
Sending down sentry.
I do want to see about that, actually. I might have just had the stratagem input wrong. Okay, so let's see the menu. There's nothing different though. Look how small it is. That's tiny. So as long as you keep holding the button down until that last thing is set, pressed, then it's gonna work every time. Yeah, I'd be curious to know if I just had the wrong input for the down, up, right, right, up. Let me see if that's what it says on the website here. Down, up. See, it's wrong. The website says down, up, right, down, up. And in fact, it's down, up, right, up. So that's just a matter of me putting the thing in wrong. Well, the website's actually wrong. So I'm going to go to virtual menus, green. So it's actually down, up, right, up. Down, up, right, up. And this one, oh. Down, up, right, up. And these two are gone. Remove command. Let's see if that works now. Yeah, so that was just the wrong command. That's all that was. And you can actually cancel it early too, right? So if you hold on the button down and you let go of it as you're typing it in, it'll stop. It'll cancel. Just hold it down the whole time, and then once it's there, you can let go, and then throw it normally. That's really cool. I can still use my stim pack. I can still use this to type in, or I can use this, type in.
Sending down sentry. Democracy.
Now I wonder if I don't see icons here because I'm streaming it, and the icons are actually stored locally, which is probably makes sense.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Should change that to be the trackpad click should be aim down sights, left trigger, soft press. Yeah, so it's not activating the gyro, so it's activating this. I guess I could. Actually, I want it to be this, don't I? I don't want it to be that. I actually want it to be this. Right click stick. This should actually be the right click stick. That's what I want it to be. Here we go. So I can aim without gyro, with gyro, all the way on the left trigger. I can even do with this as well, with gyro, or without gyro, and just have the normal. And I can also change the aim down sights with gyro. And then, oh, we got a guy coming. I can throw a 500 kilogram bomb over there. I can throw machine gun sentry. You can throw Gatling sentry. Call in my machine gun. There we go. That's really cool how I got this set up now. I kind of think that they don't exist because they're on the. I imagine they're not. They're pulling it from like the computer itself, not the Steam Deck. Is this barrel red? Why is the barrel red? I think it's hot from like being shot too much. Cooled off now. There we go. So I can gyro, normal, click in. Okay, that's cool. All right, so yeah, what we're gonna do is now that this I know this is kind of working. Well, let's do the yellow one first, but then I'll wrap it up. So again, I can do resupply this way, but I think if I'm holding this button down, yeah, there we go. This becomes reinforce, resupply, SOS. This also can become my quick ones. So I have my machine gun sentry, resupply. So this is good. I can have the quick buttons here set up, so I can have, you know, ones I use mostly, or I can have red, yellow, based on the back buttons. Yeah, that's a really cool way. This is a really long video, I'm sorry, but this is a really cool way of really fine-tuning the Steam Deck to your likings. I'm getting really good performance from my computer, actually. I do want to change some of these settings around, though. Now that I'm on here. Let's go Ultra with that. I am streaming 60 frames. I don't know if I'm actually getting 60 frames on my computer. If I hit
Eagle 1 armed and ready.
that says I'm getting 60 frames. I think I have sync on my computer though. VSync. If I had to guess. Oh, it's off. Frame rate 144. It's definitely not. Oh, should I turn it off? Native. What are you saying I got? 60. That doesn't seem right. It's because that's what I'm streaming at 60? Motion blur? Fuck off. Sharpness? Fuck on. Alright, that's just more computer settings, but anyways, that's what I have set up for my Steam Deck. I like having this kind of quick menu here. I don't know why it's not showing bigger, but I think that's more because it's like there's as big as I can get, really. On-screen display. Menu size is as big as you can get. It's just in the position of it. I wonder if I change this, does it affect anything? It does. So that worked. Is it because I'm on for the resolution? Probably. If I was going to 800, it might change the resolution of that. It's probably relative to the screen size. Oops. Hello.
Deploying sentry.
I mean, you're already disadvantaged playing on a Steam Deck, so this at least helps a bit. Kind of even the playing field a bit. Am I gonna play level 10 Helldive on the Steam Deck? Probably not. But I could definitely play level 7 maybe. You know. Gotta change that. Sizing back. The yellow light changed? Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine if I'm playing on the regular game, that'd be fine. Okay, anyways, that's it for today. It's a really long video, I know, I'm sorry. But I wanted to go in depth, really, with the, that's so cool. Resupply, done. 500 kilogram, activated. Resupply. SOS. Reinforce. Type it in if I want to. I'm gonna have to sometimes because of the jammers and stuff. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go through some more of these inputs and maybe I'll make the yellow one a radial. Yeah, let's do that real quick. I know I keep saying I'm going to end the video here. Let's do the yellow one. Oh, this is gonna create, not change it. Oh, okay. Let's see how that works. It's not bad. The 16 is kind of small, but again, this might be better on the Steam Deck size of it. As opposed to the grid. You can kind of just go, oh, this one's that one, that one's that one. Let's see, where's the MG? There. This still works the same? Oh, this is resetting it back to the click style, so I can't, if I let go, nothing happens. I'd actually click, click, oops, what happened there?
Mission at 20 minutes remaining. Sending down equipment package.
That might make more sense to a lot more people, making it sure you actually click the right one you want to click. But I don't like that style. I like the other style better. I'll keep it with the radio for now to see, but I'll do a... Oh, it's touch release. So why is that acting like I have to click it though? Maybe because I haven't told it to do that yet. I have to click it in for it to work actually. Ah, that's alright. I'll go back to anyways, that's it for today's video. I'm gonna quit this mission. Kinda wanna show how that's gonna work. It worked pretty good. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.